in Durban and say once again hello to Ayanda Mhlongo. Ayanda, thank you very much indeed for your time. What's the latest there?
Enjoying music by one of the South African gospel artists, really getting themselves in high spirits as in about an hour or so time the party president Nkosi Mangosuthu Buthelezi will be making his way here to the stadium where he'll be delivering the election promises of the party. And as I said earlier on, Blaine, he is going to start at the Hare Krishna temple, which is less than a kilometer from where we are, to pay his respects. In fact, Nkosi Buthelezi opened that temple in 1985. But back to here, the crowds are filling up, and from where I am, I have the vantage point of seeing the drop-off area, and we just saw earlier on members arriving from Gauteng as well as Mpumalanga. So certainly people have been on the road, some as early as yesterday, to make their way here today. On the stands where we are, it is now packed, and the members are now moving across to the stands across from where we are, and that is filling up. Thousands are still queuing outside, making their way here to the stadium. So certainly a high spirits, high vibe, joyful mood here amongst the supporters. As I said, importantly today, well, for them to hear what the IFP is promising them. It has said that it's set its sights on KwaZulu-Natal, and so part of that will be, if they do by any chance govern in KwaZulu-Natal, what is it they're going to be delivering to the people of KwaZulu-Natal, to the people of South Africa. I was just looking at the numbers of people here, and also just commenting with my next guest, which is the president of the party's Women's Brigade, I beg your pardon, kaMadlopha-Mthethwa. We're just commenting about looking at the crowds, and there's a lot of women who are here today. And I was just looking at one of the banners that you have, which says trust us to fight gender-based violence. And I'm happy that the party has brought you to chat to us today, because one of the challenges in South Africa has been the scourge of gender-based violence. The women of South Africa have stood up, and we saw them marching across South Africa, wanting to be heard, wanting our government to do something to end the scourge of gender-based violence. And for a party, I happened to also cover one of the events that you held responding to the scourge of gender-based violence. You held a workshop for your leaders and your members to equip them on how they are going to be able to assist members in the respective communities who might be victims of gender-based violence.
Thank you. I think as the IFP Women's Brigade, we have organized a workshop where we taught young women and all women in South Africa how to face issues of gender-based violence. And in that workshop, it was discovered that we need to train especially people at branch level and also in various places, because in South Africa we have good legislation, good policies, but we have a problem of the implementation. Then we need to teach people about those policies, and also to teach them to stand for themselves when it comes to gender-based violence. And also, as IFP have said, it is not only an issue of women, it's a societal issue. Then we need to teach young men, teachers, stakeholders, church leaders, so that everybody in South Africa is aware of what is it that we call a gender-based violence, and how are they then going to assist us to fight that. As we are here, we are saying, if people in South Africa, they can look at the IFP and look at what we are doing, the workshop that we are conducting, seminars that we are conducting, then they can have trust in the IFP. If they can give us a chance, we are the only party that is concerned about women, not only to write policies, but issues of implementation and the enforcement of those policies.
Just speaking about today, and you're a woman, you meet with women, your members, you meet with the greater community at large, you're also a member of the provincial legislature. What is it that you want to hear from this manifesto that is going to address issues relating to women, not only gender-based violence? What is it that you want to hear this manifesto speak to women?
Fortunately, I was part of the team that was making the manifesto representing the women so that they don't think about us. We are part of what is happening. We have said we want the women to be represented in all spheres. Women in the SGPs, in all structures. And we are saying in this manifesto, how is the IFP, if given a chance, is going to assist women to develop themselves? How is the IFP going to assist women to be entrepreneurs? How is the IFP going to help women who are who are domestic workers, who are working in the farms, and then we are going to help them as the IFP. Then we want a party that is going to speak to domestic workers. We want a party that is going to speak to sex workers. We want a party that is going to speak about gays and lesbians, because the Constitution is saying they are all parts of human beings. They need to be respected. Then if you are a party and you are not saying anything about women, then you are doomed. Then as the IFP, we are here to say, women, listen to the IFP manifesto because it addresses all those.
kaMadlopha-Mthethwa, women in leadership, and particularly in your party. You are president of the Women's Brigade, but let's speak now about your national structure. You know, women have been saying they want 50-50 representation in leadership of parties. What do you want to see in terms of the leadership makeup of the IFP? Your top structure is currently men. The president is male, the deputy president, the other top positions. Moving forward, do you feel that women should assume higher positions in the party?
What we do as the IFP, generally, men and women, we do capacity building, we train women, and we say we do not want a president for the fact that he is a woman or she is a woman. We want a leader, a credible leader. If you can go back, you can look back. If a woman, IFP is saying, this is the chairperson, this is the MEC, this is the minister, we give credible people. Then we are saying as the party, when times is arrive, we will have senior members in the top 6 that are women. We have been having the Secretary General who was a woman. Unfortunately, then she fell ill, and then we said, come July, then we're going to see some women coming up, because even in the party list that we are busy with, women are well represented. I'm happy with the way they are put in the party list, and sometimes even the IFP have said now, it must, in every structure, even a branch, we must have a 40 and above women, so that women are always in all the structures.
Ma'am kaMadlopha-Mthethwa, thank you so much for your time here today and discussing some of the issues relating to women. As we said, a lot of the members have come out here today. We were just speaking with her before we went on air. A lot of women, so she was happy to see that a lot of women have come out here today. But of course, it's not just about coming out here today. People have come here because they want to hear what the party is promising them. Yes, they are members of the IFP, yes, they've shown their support to the party, but moving forward, what is the party promising them? How is the party going to change their lives? Unemployed people want jobs, the youth want education, they want jobs, businesses, they want support for businesses, they want to see the economy grow, they want access to health, want better education. So the thousands have come out here today, will be eager to find out what is the plan? Is it just promises? What is it that the party is going to be promising today? A lot is happening. Let's just quickly now go to the podium. There was a South African music artist, gospel music artist, Tobegile, who was on the stadium. Let's now take a listen to the podium.
Ayangizwa laphaya angeke ngikulahle shenge wami